Hello, everybody. Unfortunately, I got a new camera, and I did not test the audio beforehand. So, I'm gonna have to voice over most of this video. So, what I have in my hand right now is just part of the ladder rack that I got. And this thing was $90 on Amazon. Normally, a truck rack I think is like 2 to 400, but I found this one. It was made by I think Vevor, for like $93 after tax or something. So here's what the audio sounded like, basically for the entire video.
Oh, this must be all the hardware. Sounds like it.
Yeah, that is entirely my fault for not actually testing this, but in order for me to actually test the audio, I would have had to record the video and bring it back to the computer, transfer that file onto the computer, and then see what it sounds like. I am very impatient, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speed through this video. Normally, this video would have taken, I think, 20 to 30 minutes, because I just go over all the stops and, move the tripod and all of that, but here's step one. So this square tubing here has a small hole that's meant specifically for this J-hook on the tire. And if you see what I do, it just fits right in there. And then that whole assembly basically fits right there in that little cubby hole. And then I put the nuts and the washers right on through. And then using a 17 millimeter deep socket, the kit came with this dinky little 17 millimeter wrench, but that thing kind of sucks. So I used my wrenches. So getting this thing all tightened down, this is the only one I'm actually going to tighten down right off the bat so that I have a little bit of wiggle room for adjusting things as needed. And now moving on to the second part of that truck rack, it's basically the same process, that flat square bar, J-bolt, right in that little hole, tighten everything up, only enough to where it doesn't want to fall back into the bed, and then we can move right on to the third one. And then with the third one here, we have exactly the same process, J-bolt in the hole, and tighten everything down. And remember, don't tighten everything down all the way, just enough to keep it from moving, and enough to where you can adjust it if you need to. Alrighty, so I skipped putting on the fourth one because it's exactly the same process. Getting up into the bed here, we're going to put on the crossbars, and those are going to be what essentially stabilizes those bits so they don't flop around all that much. More contact areas, more stable. Also, a little word of advice here: if you do purchase this specific kit, it does not come with the Allen wrench that's needed to tighten up the set screws that are used to hold the top of this thing together. And now, finishing up this whole project here, it's just the same thing, more set screws up at the top. There's two on one side, two on the other. Tighten everything down, and then go back around and tighten down those J-bolts that are holding everything to the truck bed. Alrighty, everybody, that's gonna do it with our $90 Amazon truck rack install. This one is made by Vevor, and it is a universal fit, so it should fit most full-size and mid-size trucks, depending on how big your bed is. Um, I'm gonna put a link to this one that I have in the description. This isn't like a sponsor or anything. I don't think I qualify for that on YouTube yet. I just kind of like how it turned out. It's sturdy. It'll hold my whole body weight, but just kind of swinging on it. And bonus is there's no drilling required. So if you don't want to, put holes in your truck bed, this actually might be a good product for you. Um, but yeah, and after all that, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles!